Good afternoon. This is Randall Bundy with the R&B News Report. And what's in the news today is regarding the DHS, Department of Homeland Security. And you may watch in Alex Jones' reports. I recommend that you follow Alex Jones. I do. Every day. It's how I get a lot of my news sources, news reports. I also tune into Breitbart, Drudge Report, many of the other conservative news sources. So I recommend that you do also. But what we're talking about today on our broadcast on the radio is the Department of Homeland Security. Now, we know that Obama has a narcissistic personality disorder. I'm not a psychologist, but I have read the various reports from psychologists who have observed this man in the White House before and after. They have all come to the conclusion that he is suffering from a narcissistic personality disorder. Look that up on the web. I don't feel like going into the massive definition of what that is. There are different aspects of that particular disorder, but it is a key factor in a dictatorship. Most people, I would say, at least half of the, I should say that at least half of the population of politicians and public leaders have a narcissistic personality disorder. It is a very dangerous symptom or phenomenon because in a republic, our republic in the United States, the leaders were people like George Washington, Thomas Jefferson. These men were adamant about their liberties. The country is owned by the people. The politicians are selected to govern or to lead, on behalf of the people. But then you have tyrants, dictators like Obama, Hitler, Stalin, Mussolini, Pol Pot, Castro. You could name your dictator. They all suffer from a narcissistic personality disorder where they themselves believe that they are either God-sent, or they are gods themselves, or they are sent by God. And a person who has that type of disorder, or psychological disorder, they don't care about the people. They would just as soon march the people off to concentration camps and kill them and use their bodies as fertilizer. They only will protect and support their followers. So people who are in the Department of Homeland Security. Now, you need to understand also that Obama has to have his little petty tyrants around him. Whoever runs the Department of Homeland Security, whoever runs the FBI, the CIA, you name your three-letter alphabet agency, he puts his man, his little petty tyrant, petty dictator, in running that particular agency for him. Now, that will work on the federal level. He has plenty of his little petty dictators following him and surrounding him, but not on the state level. Most of the states in the United States, their governors are Republican. The legislatures are predominantly Republican. So there will be a lot of resistance from on the state levels. And we have a situation brewing in this country. Obama wants to take away the Second Amendment. After that, he'll take away the First Amendment. Mark my words. If you're a person sitting back in your middle of the road, you don't want to get involved, maybe you're not political. Excuse me as I smoke a cigarette. And I don't care what the anti-smoking crowd thinks about this. It's my studio, my camera. And what we've got is people like Big Sis, who we call Big Sis, who runs the Department of Homeland Security. It's amazing because just a week ago or 2 weeks ago I saw some report from the Department of Homeland Security that she was instructing us how to shovel snow. Excuse the fuck out of me, Big Sis. Don't you have something more important than to put out a memo to the American people on how to carefully shovel the damn snow? You see, the tyranny of these types of people, they want to control our lives from every possible aspect of our lives. Well, on the state level, on the county level, I am particularly pleased with the sheriffs across the country that have begun to, they sent letters to Obama and the White House saying they would not comply with confiscation of guns and the violation of the Constitution of the United States. Elected officials, sheriffs are elected officials took an oath to uphold the Constitution and to preserve and protect the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Now, I can only presume that the people who have been brought into government have also taken a similar oath. The military, if you are a soldier out there, I want you to seriously remember that oath and obligation that you took upon being entering into the military service, be it Navy, Air Force, Army, Marines, Coast Guard, or whatever. You took that oath to protect and preserve the Constitution. What are you going to do if they come to your battalion and they are trying to impose martial law? Because that's what this tyrant, this dictator Obama will do. Okay, he will try to take over by force. And there's already a resistance building across the country. So if we've got to take a break here shortly. I'm being motioned by the producer. But what I want you to seriously do, there's going to be a revolution. No question in my mind at all. The severity of that, I don't know. We've got the Department of Homeland Security that have bought up millions and millions of rounds of ammunition and are increasing their stock of automatic weapons while they want to take away our, what they call assault rifles, okay, assault weapons. What do they intend to do? Now, we also hear in the recent news reports that Obama has some legislator, somebody in the House that's trying to push for an amendment to the Constitution to where he can run for a third term. Now, those of you who don't know, there is a constitutional amendment that was put into place so that a person could not run for presidential office more than twice. Okay, that was put in after FDR ran, you know, God, they thought they'd never get rid of FDR. But, so after he died in office, they put in this amendment that said only 2 terms, that's it, no more. Now, of course, they can legislate to try to amend that Constitution, which they are doing. Do you see what's in the workings here? He is a tyrant, a dictator. He does not intend to give up office. If he can retain the office legally by having somebody pass an amendment through Congress, great, that serves his purpose. If not, you watch and see if he doesn't try to impose martial law, because this man is suffering from narcissistic personality disorder. He's not going to want to give up. We've got to take a break here, and we'll be back after what Rush Limbaugh calls an obscene prophet break. Thank you.